Now,
Absolutely.
don't get up here.
No?
There's going to be
There's
flame come out of that hole and go that way.
Okay.
Right.
You can be
I'll be
no
over here.
farther forward than right there. So
Okay.
anywhere over there is fine. Yeah, there you go.
All right,
You
that's
can
cool.
come out that way if you want to.
Sweet.
Yep. You can come a little farther forward if you want. Just don't come forward to that bag.
Gotcha.
Okay? Everybody's good.
All right, appreciate that. This is gonna be awesome.
All right.
Video. Here we go.
What happens.
That is awesome.
Right to the butt.
Well, that's all there is to it.
That is awesome.
And I'm still going to the right, then.
That's a typical shooter right there, and I'm still going.
Well, I am. I bumped that sight a little bit. This was a hand-built copy
Oh my God.
of a rifle that was made by a gentleman in Pennsylvania named John Brooks. So it's a Brooks copy of a Brooks rifle, as we say. Pennsylvania styling. Of course, it's a left-hand flint because I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay.
This one was built by a gentleman in Tennessee, just north of Nashville, named Tip Curtis. God rest his soul. He passed just a few months ago.
Oh,
83 years old, a very well-known builder and shooter. It's a 50 caliber, which throws that little ball right there.
Check that out.
If you're,
That is super cool.
if you're familiar with
That is
with
super cool.
bullets and such, and bullet weights, this is 176 grain round ball, 176.5. I cast them myself and then
Oh, wow.
weigh them. I like to weight grade them, make sure they're all about the same. And I'm using real black powder. I use, with this rifle, I use the 3F.
Okay.
It comes in different granulations. There's 1F, 2F, 3F, 4F, are the main ones that you see. And 50 caliber is kind of you get different opinions. Some people like 2F, some people like to go to 3F. I just bought 3F because I've got a 40 caliber long rifle that I definitely want to shoot the 3F in that, and I can shoot the 3F in this, so instead of having a bunch of different around, I just tried to stay with the 3F with this rifle since I got it. I got it a couple years ago, and I've been doing okay with it on paper. What I'm doing out here today, the reason I'm sitting here with a bench and the 50-yard target, so I'm trying to see what I can find for a hunting load. It's middle of October, and I might have an opportunity to hunt pigs around
oh
here.
wow.
All right.
And I would, I'd
Now-
like to shoot a pig with that.
Question.
Yeah.
Would that be like considered a youth rifle because of the size, or was that no? Okay, just curious.
No, that's fine. That's fine. What normally, when we talk about a youth rifle, one of the things that you see commonly, of course, is a little shorter barrel, a little lighter weight. This barrel's 38 inches long, by the way.
Okay.
But they're also short in the buttstock, so that the length of
I
pull.
shoot to the youth.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
they're that's the big difference, as
Gotcha.
much as anything, is to get the length to pull down, so that smaller, I won't even say youth, just smaller people,
Yeah,
people
smaller
who don't
people.
have the reach, won't be groping for it. And if you have to grope for a trigger, you're going to pull your shot one way or the other, so that's never a good thing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's yes, ma'am.
I was fascinated. I went to St. Augustine,
Yeah.
and they
At
do
the
all the
Cascade
stuff
San
that
Marcos.
fall.
Yeah. That.
They have the shops with all the period clothing and the whole. I mean, they go all out. It's really
This rifle, John Brooks was building these rifles, the one that this is copied after, in the would have been the early part of the 1800s, say around 1810, 1815, right in there. Tip, when I was up at Tip's shop when we were deciding what he was going to build for me, he's got books of all these classic builders where people have collected these originals and gotten good photographs of them and measurements. You know, when we were just, and he showed me one of these. He had one of these on his rack in a right-hand flint, and I liked the feel of it real well. And I said, heck, Tip, I may just take this one home. And I'd been knowing Tip for over 25 years. He said, Donald, let me just build you a left hand if that's what you like. You know, let me just build you one in left hand.
That's
There's a couple people that offer left-hand flintlock parts, so you can get left-hand flint, which is not real common, but they're out there.
So
what
you have to clean it until when? Until it's...
Oh, until I'm tired of cleaning.
fair enough.
It's a good question. It's a good question. Typically, when you, right after your first shot, your first cleaning, you'll get a whole lot of mess.
Okay.
And then when you get a lot less, then you're pretty much ready for your next shot. Now, when I take it home, I'll clean it much more, and the patches will be coming out perfectly white. You can't see anything on them. And then I put a little of a product called Ballistol. It's a type of a water-soluble oil. I put that on the last couple patches and call it good. The one thing that you have to do with any of these black powder guns, after you clean them,
They're a little corrosive, aren't they? Isn't that powder a little corrosive?
well, it's not the powder. The powder's fine, but the powder's hygroscopic, and the powder residue especially. Okay, if I, well, here, I'll show you something. Let's see. Yeah. Come on around here. You can, if you look in the pan, let me get.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get out here in the light. You look in the pan. There it is. It's just black mud.
Yeah.
That's the residue. You know, I put priming powder in here, and then when it goes off, it ignites the priming powder. That pushes the flame through that little hole, sets off the main charge, and sends the ball down. But the residue here just turns into black mud here in Florida in these high humidity conditions.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to be sure you get all that out. And then it's always a good idea to go back a few days later and run another lightly oiled patch through the bore to make sure that there's no residue before you put it away. Fortunately for me, my guns don't get put away that for very long. So
It's a good problem to have.
yeah, you know, I don't even put it in a case. When I'm done cleaning it, I wipe it down and just lean it in a corner, because in a few days I'm going to be taking it right back out again. I do take the lock off, clean the lock real well, clean behind the lock, make sure nothing is setting back in there.
Got you, no gunk up or anything like that.
Exactly.
Got you.
Just sitting back in there getting funky on me. So